Good morning, students. Now this is our new topic, continuity. This is first lecture on continuity. First, I will define what is the meaning of continuity. Continuity of a function. What is the meaning of continuity of a function? See, when we draw a graph of the function in its domain, then if we can draw the graph of the function without lifting the pen, then that function is continuous function. Okay, so what is continuous function? If we can draw the graph of the function without lifting the pen, then that function is continuous function. Okay, for example, if you take the graph of sin x, okay, then what will be the graph of sin x? You know the graph of sin x? This type of graph of sin x, you know that you can draw the graph of this function without lifting the pen. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, this is graph of sin x, and so on. Okay, so on. So this is graph of sin x. You can draw the graph of sin x without lifting the pen. Okay, and so on. Okay, so this is a continuous function. What about graph of cos x? You know the graph of cos x? Graph of cos x at 0 it is 1. Okay, and at pi by 2 it is 0. So graph of cos x in this way it is minus 1. Okay, pi by 2, and this is 2 pi by 2, pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2, and then 2 pi. You can take this as minus pi by 2. Now if you draw the graph of this function, 0, at 0 it is 1, at pi by 2 it is 0. Okay, first quadrant. Second quadrant it is negative, so you can draw the graph in this way. Third quadrant also it is negative. Fourth quadrant it is positive. So this will be the graph, and so on. You can draw the graph continuously. Okay, so this is the graph of cos x. So cos x is a continuous function. You can draw the graph in negative side also in this way. Okay, so graph of cos x is continuous. So y equals to cos x, continuous function. Okay, continuous function. And y equals to cos x is also continuous function. Similarly, what about tan x? Is tan x is a continuous function? So tan x, we know that at pi by 2 it is not defined, minus pi by 2 also it is not defined. Okay, so what is the graph of tan x? Pi by 2, then it is pi, then this is 3 pi by 2, and this is minus pi. Okay, here also these are called asymptotes. If we draw the graph of tan x, we know that as tan 0 is 0, and as we approaches to pi by 2, tan x approaches to positive infinity in this way. Okay, and this is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant it is negative. Similarly, in this way, this is the graph of tan x. Okay, now you can say that here this is tan x, but you are drawing the tan x by lifting the pen. What about at pi by 2, whether it is continuous or discontinuous? But what is the domain of tan x? What is domain of tan x? Domain of tan x is r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2, r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2, n belongs to z. So here tan x is What is domain of tan x? R minus odd multiple of pi by 2. Now you can see in its domain, pi by 2 is not there and 3 pi by 2 is also not there. And in remaining points, it is continuous function. So what is the definition of continuous function? Continuous function is the function which is continuous in its domain. So tan x is a continuous function because it is continuous in its domain. Pi by 2 is not there in its domain. 3 pi by 2 is also not there in its domain. So we can't say that it is discontinuous at pi by 2. Okay, we can say tan x is continuous function in its domain. Okay, tan x is continuous function in its domain. Okay, in fact, all trigonometric functions are continuous function in its domain. Now, which types of functions are discontinuous function? Okay, now let us take this function fx equals to 1 if x less than or equal to 0 and 2 if x greater than 0. Now, what about the continuity of this function? Now, if you draw the graph of this function, you can see that fx is 1 for all negative x including 0. If this is 0, this is 1 and this you take as a 2. Okay, then fx is 1 for all x less than or equal to 0. Okay, so if x equal to 0, then also fx is 1, and if x less than 0, then also x is 1. Means you can say if x is minus 1, then fx is 1, x is minus 2, then also fx is 1. It means for all negative numbers it is 1 only. So this will be the graph when x is less than 0. So when x is less than 0, fx is 1. Okay. And what about x greater than 0? As you take x greater than 0, if you take x1, then fx is 2, x2, then also fx is 2 only. And for all positive numbers, it is 2. So this is the graph. But at x equals to 0, its value is not 2. So you can say we have one hole here. Okay. What about this function? Now you can see this function is discontinuous at x equals to 0. Why it is discontinuous at x equals to 0? If we start plotting this graph, you can see here when x approaches to 0 from left side, the value of function approaches to 1. 0 पे भी value of function क्या है? 1. But as soon as we shift to right side of 0, okay, or you can say if you approaches to 0 from right side, okay, then value of function approaches to 2. But as soon as you reach at 0, the value of function become 1. Means you have to lift the pen when you have to draw the graph of this function. Means this function is a discontinuous function. Okay, and this type of discontinuity is called jump discontinuity. Jump discontinuity. Or you can say this is discontinuous function. And which type of discontinuity? Jump discontinuity. Now here you can write that limit x approaches to 0 from left. 0 minus means as x approaches to 0 from left, the function approaches to 1. Limit x approaches to 0 from left, value of function become 1. And limit x approaches to 0 from right. If x approaches to 0 from right, then fx approaches to 2. So you can see left hand limit and right hand limit, both are not equal in this case. So limit x approaches to 0 minus fx is not equal to limit x approaches to 0 plus fx. So fx is discontinuous at x equals to 0. Okay, so this function is a discontinuous function. Why it is discontinuous? Because as we approaches to 0 from left, value of function approaches to 1. As we approaches to 0 from right, this limit approaches to 2, and these two are different. Okay, that's why it is not continuous. Okay, now let us see next example. Now look at the next example, second example. Here you have to identify whether the function is continuous function or discontinuous function. Now if you draw the graph of this function, fx is 1 whatever be the x other than 0, and when x equals to 0, value of function is 2. So if you draw the graph of this function, you can see this is 1 and this is 2. Y-axis, x-axis, origin 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Now what will be the value of function when x is 1? See, when x is 1, value of function is 1, because when x is non-zero, fx is 1. So if you take x is 2, then also fx is 1. X is 3, then also fx is 1. X is minus 1, then also fx is 1. X is minus 2, fx is 1. So can you draw line from here to here throughout the line? No, you can't draw, because as soon as we reach at 0, the value of function is 2. As x equals to 0, value of function is 2. But when x is non-zero, you can say 0.1, 0.2, then also fx is 1. So you can say at 0 it is not 1. But as soon as x is not equal to 0, the value of function is 1. So this is the graph. Okay, this is the graph. Okay, so this is the line. You can see here at x equals to 0, we have one hole, and x equals to, why we are getting hole? Because at x equals to 0, value of function is 2. But when you approaches to 0 from right side, if you approaches to 0 from right side, value of function approaches to 1. If you approaches to 0 from left side, value of function approaches to 1. But as soon as you reached at 0, value of function will become 2. That's why you are getting hole here. So if you draw the graph of this function, again you have to lift pen here. Okay, it means this function is discontinuous at which point? At point 0. But in this case, you can see the left hand limit x approaches to 0 minus, means if you approaches to 0 from left side, value of function approaches to 1. Limit x approaches to 0 from right side. Okay, then also fx approaches to 1. If you approaches to 0 from right side, then also it approaches to 1. So here limit x approaches to 0 minus fx equals to limit x approaches to 0 plus fx. Both limits are equal, but still this function is discontinuous. Why it is discontinuous? Because the value of function at x equals to 0, that is f0, these two limits are equal and equal to 1, but f0 is not equal to 1. f0 is not equal to 1. So fx is discontinuous at x equals to 1. Why it become discontinuous at x equals to 1? Because left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, but the value of function at x equals to 0 does not matches with left hand limit and right hand limit. If value of function at x equals to 0 also become 1, means in place of 2, if you write here 1, then it will become continuous function. So this type of discontinuity is called removable discontinuity. Okay, why it is removable discontinuity? Because we can remove this discontinuity by redefining the function at x equals to 0. So this is discontinuous function with removable discontinuity. So fx is discontinuous at x equals to 1. Okay, and type of discontinuity, removable discontinuity. Okay, so here we have seen two types of discontinuity. One was non-removable discontinuity and another was removable discontinuity. See, this was non-removable discontinuity because left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. Here left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. So this is non-removable discontinuity, or you can say jump discontinuity. This type of discontinuity is removable discontinuity. Here left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. So still function is discontinuous. Left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. It means you can say limit at x equals to 0. But that limit is not equal to value of function at x equals to 0. So this is another type of discontinuity, and that is removable discontinuity. Okay, now we can give the definition of continuity at a point. Okay, now we can give the definition of continuity at a point. So fx is a continuous function at x equals to a if left hand limit and right hand limit both should exist and they must be equal. Fx is continuous at x equals to a if limit x approaches to a, fx equals to fa. Okay, means limit of function as x approaches to a should be equal to value of function at that point. Then fx is continuous. That is, see, now what is the condition that limit exists? Limit at a point exists. You have learned in class 11 that limit at a point x equals to a exists if left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. So this limit exists if limit x approaches to a minus fx left hand limit equals to limit x approaches to a plus fx equals to fa. Okay, so if these three conditions satisfy, then we can say then function is continuous at x equals to a. So fx is continuous at x equals to a if limit of function as x approaches to a is same as value of function as at x equals to a. Okay, so this is continuity at a point. Now what about continuous function? Continuous function. Continuous function. We have already discussed in the starting of the chapter that sin x is a continuous function, cos x is a continuous function. In fact, all trigonometric functions are continuous function because they are continuous in their respective domain. So, what is the definition of continuous function? A function is said to be a continuous function if it is continuous in its domain. Okay, so fx is a function fx is a continuous function if it is continuous in its domain. So it is very important. Okay, so all trigonometric functions are continuous function. Okay, so there are few properties. All trigonometric functions are continuous function. In their domains. Okay. Second property, very important. Constant function is always continuous. Okay. So, fx equals to a or fx equals to k is a continuous function. For all x belongs to R. Okay. Next property. Identity function is continuous function. Third, fx equals to x, identity function. Is a continuous function. Why it is continuous function? What is the domain of fx equals to x or identity function? Okay, if we take if a belongs to R, if you take any number, any real number, if a belongs to R, then limit x approaches to a, fx equals to limit x approaches to a, x, and which is equals to a. As x approaches to a, x, you'll get a, and which is same as value of function fa. Okay, so this implies fx equals to x is a continuous function. Okay, now what about polynomial function? Polynomial function. Fourth, fx equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square up to an x raised to n, where an not equal to 0. It is a polynomial function. So if you take limit x approaches to a, fx, then you will get a0 plus a1 into a, a2 into a square, an a raised to n, means you will get fa. So polynomial function limit x approaches to a, fx is same as fa. So polynomial function is continuous everywhere. Okay, so polynomial function, since limit x approaches to a, fx equals to a0 plus a1 a, a2 a square, and an a raised to n, which is same as fa. So this implies fx is a continuous function. Okay, it means a polynomial function is continuous everywhere. Polynomial function is continuous everywhere. Okay, so these are few theorems which we can use them directly, and again few theorems are there. Fifth, fx equals to greatest integer x. Okay, this is equals to greatest integer less than or equal to x. This is very important. Fx equals to box x, you can say square bracket x, or greatest integer x, okay, is discontinuous for all a belongs to z. What does it mean? That it is discontinuous at all integers, all integral points is discontinuous for all a belongs to z, where z is the set of integers. Okay, is discontinuous for all a belongs to z. So is discontinuous at all integral points. Okay, for that you have to draw the graph of fx equals to greatest integer x. So what is the graph of fx equals to greatest integer x? If you take this as 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so at x equals to 0, greatest integer x is 0. If you take x as 0.5, if you take x as 0.5, then the integers which are less than 0.5 are 0, minus 1, minus 2. So out of those integers, which one is the greatest? 0 is the greatest. If you take 0.9, so then you take all the integers which are less than 0.9. Okay, what is greatest integer x? The value of greatest integer x is greatest integer less than or equal to x. So you have to find out all the integers which are less than x, less than or equal to x, and out of those integers which one is the greatest one. So that will be the answer. So here for all the integers which are between 0 and 1, the value of greatest integer x is 0. As soon as we reaches at 1, okay, the value is 1 only. Then 1 to 2, it is 1 only. As soon as we reaches at 2, the value will become 2, and 2 to 3 it is 2 to 3 it is 2 only. Okay, in this way. And if you take a number which is less than 0, okay, if you take a number minus 0.5, so minus 0.5, the answer will be minus 1. Okay, so here this will be the case from minus 1 to 0. Okay, and then minus 2 to minus 1. So this is the graph of greatest integer function, that is called step function. Now you can see in this graph, we have started from here. As soon as we reach at an integer, as soon as we reaches at x equals to minus 1, it becomes discontinuous. So x equals to minus 1 is a point of discontinuity. Okay, if we start from minus 1 to 0, as soon as we reaches at x equals to 0, it becomes discontinuous. So x equals to 0 is the point of discontinuity. Similarly, as soon as we reaches at x equals to 1, it becomes discontinuous. So x equals to 1 is the point of discontinuity. So you can see that this function is discontinuous at x equals to minus 2, x equals to minus 1, x equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. It means this function is discontinuous at all integral values or at all integers. Okay, but how to prove this, that it is discontinuous at all integral points? So for that, let us take, let k is any integer, let k belongs to z. Now k belongs to z, then we take limit x approaches to k from left. What will be the value of function? It is limit x approaches to k minus greatest integer x. Now how to calculate limit x approaches to a minus left hand limit? How to calculate left hand limit? What is the formula? You can write it as limit h approaches to 0, k minus h. Okay, limit h approaches to 0, k minus h. Which formula we are using? Limit x approaches to a minus fx equals to limit h approaches to 0, f a minus h. Okay, we have already learned this formula in class 11. This is called left hand limit. Okay, so k minus h, let us suppose this is k. K minus h is a number which is less than k. Okay, so what will be the integer which is left of this number? For example, if you take k equals to 1, then 1 minus h will be here. This is 1 minus h. So what is greatest integer 1 minus h? It is integer which is less than 1 minus h and which is 0. So what is greatest integer k minus h? Okay, you will get integer which is less than k and which is equal to k minus 1. Similarly, you find out limit x approaches to k plus fx. So this is our limit x approaches to k plus greatest integer x. So what is the formula to calculate right hand limit? Limit x approaches to a plus fx equals to limit h approaches to 0, f a plus h. So this is the formula to calculate right hand limit. So limit x approaches to k plus greatest integer x can be taken as limit h approaches to 0, k plus h. So if you take k as 1, so it will be 1 plus h. Okay, 1 plus h. So 1 plus h, if you calculate greatest integer 1 plus h, so greatest integer 1 plus h, what you are getting? 1 only. Greatest integer 1 minus h, what you are getting? 0. Means the number which is less than 1. And here you are getting 1 itself. So it is equal to k. Now you can see this value and this value. These two values are different. So limit x approaches to k minus fx is not equal to limit x approaches to k plus fx. Okay, this implies fx equals to greatest integer x is discontinuous for all k belongs to z. So this is important. So greatest integer function is discontinuous at all integral points. Now what is your homework? Your homework is you have to solve all the examples of your textbook. Okay, you take your NCERT book and you solve all the examples, go through whole theory of this chapter. Then in next lecture we will solve the exercise. You can see you read this example also. This is for greatest integer x. Okay, this example you can go through.